Dear all, good morning. I am Ms. Noble A. Palit, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Sacred Heart College for Women, Chalagudi. Welcome to the last session on Sue Townsend's The Secret Diary of Adrian Mole, aged 13, 3x4. I don't know whether you remember in the previous class, the last diary entry that I dealt with was dated on Wednesday, 18th March. Today I plan to dissect diary entries dated on Monday, 14th September, Friday, 13th November and Sunday, 10th January. When you pay close attention to the specified dates, it is crystal clear that Adrian Mole takes a break, a short interval from the process of diary writing. To be precise, he takes a gap of nearly 8 months. The first diary entry, dated on Monday, 14th September, is titled as The Full Moon. The second diary entry, dated on Friday, 13th November, is an untitled one. And the last diary entry, dated on Sunday, 10th Jan, is titled as First After Epiphany. Now, let's try to unearth the details of these diary entries one by one. Adrian Mole opens his diary entry with a bit of discontentment. Discontentment means dissatisfaction, disillusionment. He is disappointed. He talks about his school dinners. School dinners are complete crap now. He started to dislike his school dinners. According to Adrian Mole, a typical menu comprising of hamburger, baked beans, chips, carton of yogurt or donut was insufficient for a healthy body. And he says he's thinking of considering about holding a protest against Mrs. Thatcher. Mrs. Margaret Thatcher, the then PM of the Great Britain or England. It won't be our fault, our mistake, if we grow up apathetic and lacking in moral fiber, says Adrian Mole. Apathetic means lack of interest, lack of enthusiasm, lack of spirit, lack of verve, verve, etc. Adrian Mole continues. Perhaps Mrs. Thatcher wants us to be too weak to demonstrate in the years to come. So, what Adrian Mole means by this statement is that Mrs. Thatcher wants her people, the English people, to be physically inactive, physically uneasy, so that they will refrain themselves from future protests and future demonstrations against the unjust governmental practices. So this is the end of the first diary entry dated on Monday, 14th September. Now let's discuss the second diary entry dated on Friday, 13th November. Hope you all remember Adrian Moll's intellectually superior girlfriend, Pandora. Now, in this diary entry, Adrian Moll says they exchanged, they in the sense Adrian and Pandora exchanged harsh words. He even goes to the extent of saying that hers. That means Pandora's words were even more harsher than mine, than that of his. Now both of them, they talked in length about their relationship. Pandora opined that presently she was not interested in getting engaged, in getting married. She wants to have a career instead. She intended to go to the university. That means she wanted to pursue higher studies. Adrian was completely devastated by these statements from his intellectually superior girlfriend, Pandora. This is the end of the second diary entry dated on Friday, 13th November. Now let's move on to the last diary entry dated on Sunday, 10th January. Here, Adrian uses the compare-contrast strategy. The comparison and contrast is made between his father and President Reagan. Ronald Reagan. He was the 40th President of the United States of America. So he compares and contrasts these two figures. His father is aged 41. President Reagan is in his 70s. Yet his father looks tired. Okay? His father looks so old when compared to President Reagan. His father literally, use the word, literally does nothing. Hence, devoid of, hence, no tensions, no worries. Okay? Yet, he looks tired, and the expression that Adrian uses is dead haggard. H-A-G-G-A-R-D. Haggard means completely exhausted, completely tired. But President Reagan, being the President of the United States of America, who has to manage the responsibilities or carry the whole world on his, you can go to the extent of saying that carry the whole world on his shoulders, looks cheerful and happy. Yet he is always smiling, cheerful, pleasant and happy. Adrian says this kind of contradiction between his father and the then President of the United States of America, Ronald Reagan. Now, this kind of contradiction makes no sense, no meaning. So, dear ones, this is the end of the last diary entry. Okay, dated on Sunday, 10th Jan, spent by Adrian Moll. Finally, a few words of summing up about Sue Townsend's The Secret Diary of Adrian Moll. Now, the Secret Diary can be considered as a documentation of the anxieties of a teenager who was too much worried about the appearance of blemishes and scars on his face. One who was worried about the destructive influence that his parents' quarrel had on him. One who describes in detail his crush towards Pandora. One who pretends himself to be an intellectual. Now, all these life episodes of Adrian Moll are realistically portrayed, realistically sketched. Not only that, and are peppered with a series of jokes, making it an amusing read and also a bookshelf essential. Hope you all thoroughly enjoyed this piece of writing from the literary stalwart Sue Townsend. In the next class, we'll have a discussion based on the questions and answers related to Adrian Moll. We'll discuss the questions that are given at the end of the chapter. Sue Townsend's The Secret Diary of Adrian Moll, aged 13, 3/4. Till then, good luck and stay tuned.